We've really done a lot of work on our University of Alberta Museum search site, and a lot of digitization of very high resolution images, which are becoming more and more available on that website. And in these days of COVID and not being able to open the center as much as we have been, it's an excellent resource for getting a taste of what this collection is. But there's nothing like coming here and seeing the prints and getting up close and personal with them.
Well, I think over the years, one of the challenges, to talk about challenge maybe, is there's so many great works. How do you know what to look at, right? How do you know what to access? And I think the Print Study Center has done a great job over the years of trying to make the digital archive more accessible and more useful in terms of accessing work and accessing what might be useful. So that, is an obvious suggestion to go to the digital archive. The staff is fantastic and always a pleasure to work with. And seriously, very approachable. I'm so grateful that I can come to the staff at the Print Study Center, ask for works to be pulled, and ask for recommendations because they know the collection best. But that is kind of one of the challenges, actually, in a way, that it's such a good collection. And how do what do you access? And one of the things as an instructor, I'm always trying to challenge myself is not to go back to my old favorites. I'll pull works for a class, and I tend to pull similar ones the next year and similar ones next year. And so finding that balance where I'm pulling work that I'm familiar with, but trying to kind of broaden my understanding of the collection. But this is a good problem, right? To have a collection that's so rich and so much breadth and depth, that the joy, in a way, is trying to pull more out of it, right?
Whenever I'm doing a search online in the database to find images for teaching, when I'm trying to build a list based on the medium that I'm teaching to students, I always start with object print. Often there's specific artists that I know I want to see works by, and so I'm just using the artist's name. There's also a number of images available in the database, and so being able to sort through by looking at images as well. And then lastly, I would layer in specific techniques for searching. So intaglio relief techniques or lithography. And I'm always trying to look for a broad range over as wide amount of time as possible, and as many images that layer multiple techniques as a learning tool as well.